October 12th, 5 o'clock, Brookline at Weymouth. Weymouth High School. Brookline on the opening kickoff. Mateo, I think that's Ben. Avi on the left. Got Matt on this side. And the opening kick. Mateo down the left side. It bounces over Avi's head. It goes out of bounds. 10 seconds into the game. Weymouth and white. It's off Weymouth head. Back in the air. It's out of bounds.
Hey, that's why you have to drop early.
16 on the throw. 16 on the right side. Hits 10 in the arm. No call. Sammy comes back. 10 sends it back. 16. Sends it back to 2. They send it back to their right back. Back to the goalie. Matt's chasing. They send it to the left. Mateo off his head. It bounces. Weymouth player in the air to the center. Off their head, Jacob. Ethan steps up, hits it in the right corner. Matt's after it. It's going to get cut off by 17 for Weymouth. And it goes out of bounds. Should be a goal kick for Weymouth. First minute of the game, there's no score. It's been in the 60s all day. It's a cool breeze today. 5 o'clock start. It's low. Only gets to the 30. That's Avi on the ball. Avi to Sammy. That was Mateo cutting in. That's Jacob on the ball. Jacob turns on it. Jacob sends it back to the right side to Ethan. Ethan on the ground. That's Matt. Matt turns, sends it to Mateo. Mateo to his left. Mateo sends it back to Nate. Nate to the left. That's Avi. Avi to the wing to Mateo. Mateo cuts in. Mateo shoots. And the goalie saves it. It's going for the bottom left corner. 2 minutes in, no score. Goalie punts it this time. Hits Jacob's head right in the center circle. Avi played it down. Goes through the center circle. Sam plays it ahead. Jacob loses it. Ethan has it. Ethan to... That's Mackay. Back to Ethan. Back to Sam. Sam has it. He's in the shade. He sends it to Mac. Mac on the left. 16's on him. He comes down the left. He sends it up the wing. Tries to hit Matt. Goes out of bounds. Mac on the throw. Mac gets cut off by the defender. 2 to the center circle. Jacob off number 10 for Weymouth. He turns on it. Gets back into Brookline territory. Sends it back to Nate. Nate sends it toward Matt. To their right. 16 has it on the right sideline. He puts it back to the middle. Zach's going to come out. Zach at the top of the box gets it. With 3:20 in, there's no score. Zach high in the air. It's over midfield. Hits the Weymouth player in the head. 9 tries to cut to their right, but Mac cuts it off. Mac turns on it, sends it up the left side, off the Weymouth head. Off Sammy's foot. 21 has it for Weymouth. He goes to his left. It gets cut off by Mackay. Mackay to the right corner. He's chasing it. He's going to get to it. Mackay in the corner. 17's on him. And it's going to be a throw-in for Weymouth. Right at the corner flag.
Sure you're getting sucked in? Hey,
sun is bright, but it's pretty cold today. They go down their left side. 13 off his head. Goes out of bounds. Throwing for Brookline. That's going to be Ethan on the throw. Ethan throws it toward the box. Headed away by the Weymouth player. 21 has it, sends it down the left side to 10, sends it to the wing. They have one player on the right side, 16. They're coming down the left side. He's going toward the goal. It gets cut off. That's Nate that played it away. The Weymouth player at the top of the box. Sends it to 3. He's got a shot. He tries to send it back in the box. 2 has it. And there's a foul call on the Weymouth player. It's going to be a free kick for Brookline. It's in the air over midfield. 21 has it in midfield for Weymouth. He dances around a couple players. Mateo's trying to play him off. He does. Nate with his left foot sends it to the right. 17 gets it from Weymouth. It bounces. That's Sam hits it in the air. Over Avi's head. Matt's on it. It gets cleared by the Weymouth player. Off Nate's head. Off 5 from Weymouth. Sammy on his feet. Sammy back to Nate. Left footed in. He sends it to Matt. Matt to the left to Mateo. Mateo tries to send it back to Matt. Chips it toward the box. Gets cut off. Sammy cuts it up at the 40-yard line. Sammy to Matt. Gets cut off. It's sailing toward the sideline, but it stays in. And it's still in bounds. Nate clears it back to Sam in front of the goal. Sam. Back to Nate. Nate on the ground to Mateo. Mateo to the wing to Mac down the left side. Mac gets pushed up by number 2. 2 clears it to the right, gets blocked by Mac out of bounds. Should be a throw-in for Weymouth. Near the flag, 2 gets hit out by Mac again. 6:30 into the first half. There's no score.
Get on 16. Talk to him. Get on 16. Look at Newman. Look at Newman. Sauce. Sauce. He's going to go back.
Number 2 on the throw. He goes down the right sideline to 16 off his chest. It bounces in Brookline territory. Nate has it. Nate on the ground to Sammy. Sammy turns to his right. Sammy to Jacob. Gets cut off by 3. Ethan has it. Ethan back to Nate. Nate on the ground to Sammy, right at the logo. Sammy to his right. He sends it to Mackay. It gets deflected. Mackay to the right side. Sends it back to Mackay. He's making a run in the box. He gets to the end line. He crosses it. It goes out of bounds. Should be a goal kick from Weymouth. .7:30 into the first half. There was no score. They played previously at Parsons and ended in a 0-0 tie. Goal kick floats toward the middle of the field, gets headed down by Mateo. 12 chips it out of bounds. Ethan on the throw, right at midfield. Ethan down the right side. Gets stolen by the Weymouth player. 21 turns on it. He sends it back to his right back, left back, sorry. Avi on his head. Avi to his left. Avi off the Weymouth player. It's going to go out of bounds. Mac's going to take the throw. 8 minutes into the first half. There's no score. Mac to the wing. Tried to find Matt. Matt's going to have it in the left corner. Should be a corner, yeah. It's a corner for Brookline. 8:30 into the first half. No score. It's going to be... It's Jacob on the corner. Okay, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in the box. Jacob curls it in just over the far post. He almost curled it into the goal. 9 minutes in, there's no score. Weymouth, goal kick to the left, gets headed down by Jacob. The Weymouth player kicks it over midfield. Sammy off his foot. Nate on the ground to Mackay. Mackay to Avi. Avi to the left corner. He turns. Avi to the end line. Avi gets around the defender. Avi tries to cross. Goes out of bounds. Should be a corner for Brookline. Subs are coming in for Brookline. That's Ben Kaplan, and I think that's Jacques coming in. That's Mackay. I think that's Jacob coming out. So we're 10 minutes into the first half. There's no score. It's going to be Ben Kaplan on the corner. He goes low to the corner, hits the short post. It's on the ground, and it's stopped at the goal mouth. Almost went in. They whip it out to the right. Number 2 has it for Weymouth. He chips to the center, off Mac's head. 21 has it. 21 to his right. That's Sammy. Tries to find Matt. It gets deflected out of bounds. Throwing for Weymouth. 2 down the right side. 2 balls on the field.
Guys, we take the throw, please. Thank you.
Number 2 on the throw for Weymouth. He floats it down the right. Off. 16 down the right side. Hits 10. 10 gets cut off by Sammy. Nate has it. Gives it to Mac, who curls it down the left side. Off 2's head. Mateo. Mateo clears it with his left foot toward the center of the box. Gets cleared. Jacob clears it. Jacob sends it back to Sam. Sam in the center circle. To the right. He hit Jacques. Jacques gets through 2 defenders. They lose the ball. 3 down the left. It's Ethan. Ethan to Jacob. Back to Ethan. Ethan chips the right side. Gets blocked. And it goes out of bounds. Goes down the left side. And it floats out of bounds into the Brookline bench. Sub is coming in. Brendan's coming in. I'm sorry, Brendan's coming in for Jacob. To see who was out of the game earlier. That's Ethan down the right side. That hits Brendan has it. He turns to his left. He sends Mateo. Mateo tries to cut back. 21 comes the other way with it. He sends it back to 3. 3 down the left side. Gets cut off by Ethan. Goes to the left back. He puts it on the ground. It gets taken away. 9 in the center circle has it for Weymouth. 9, he goes to his left. He's getting pushed back. 16 has it. 16 to the side to 9. 9 chips the right side. It goes out of bounds. Almost hit the ref. Mac's going to throw it in. Mac finds Mateo off his thigh. Over his head to Matt. Nice ball. 13 minutes left in the half. Matt sends it back to himself. Matt, he's got Mateo in the corner. Matt shoots in front. Jacques is called offside. Jacques was right in front of the goal. With 13 minutes in, there's no score. It's a goal kick. It's a goal kick for Weymouth. It goes over midfield. It's over the Weymouth player to number 9. He's trying to play it in. He's going to the right. Matt clears it. Over 2. It's a race between 2 and Matt. Matt gets inside of him. Matt comes down. Mateo's behind him. Matt to the left side. Sends a Mateo toward the box. Mateo to the left. He's got Matt with him. Matt has the ball, edge of the box. Matt, he chips the center, gets cut off. And it gets cleared toward midfield. And number 10 to the right. 10 steps over it. Brendan's on him. That's 9. Mateo takes it away, right at the edge of the circle. 21 has it for Weymouth. He goes to his left. That's Ben Kaplan that cuts it off. 21 chips the left side. They have a runner going in. Sam clears it out of bounds. Four subs come in for Weymouth. We're at the 14:20 mark in the first half. Throwing from Weymouth. It's a later game. The sun will be descending behind the trees soon. Number 8's going to take the throw. They're known for long throw-ins. Into the box, hits Sam. Sam clears it out of bounds. It's going to be another throw for Weymouth. This isn't... Brendan comes out. Wait, they're giving him a corner? Wow. I thought it was just out of bounds. It's a corner for Weymouth. It goes right to the center of the box, hits the crossbar. That's Nate, kicks it out with his left foot. It's gonna go, it stays in bounds. It's out of bounds. Right at us. 14 on the throw. He throws it to 21. Mac cuts it off. Mac off 7's head. 21 turns. He misses the ball. He goes to his left. Hits the center back. That's Ethan on the run. Ethan, 13's coming back from Weymouth. He tried to chip it ahead, get cut off by 12. 12 to 9 in the center. Sammy cut him off. They chip the side. 16 has it. 16 gets cut off by Sam. Hits him in the chest. Sam looks, he turns, he sends it back to Ethan. Ethan, 3 guys around him. Goes down the right side. That's Jack on the run. 17 has it for Weymouth. He clears it toward the sideline, not out of bounds. They send it back. That's Matt with the ball. Matt steals it on the back pass. I think that's Ben Kaplan. To Brendan, he shoots! Just wide. Brendan one-touched a shot at the top of the box, went just wide. 16:30 into the first half. There's no score. Weymouth on the goal kick. They send it to midfield, and 3 players collide. 9 has it. Sammy's going to get to the ball. They call a foul for a hold. It's going to be a free kick for Weymouth, just inside midfield. You can hear Zach calling out defensive positioning here. There's a large crowd of Weymouth students, student section. They chip the box. It's in the box, it gets headed. 21 in front, gets cleared away by Nate. 7 in the air. It's heading toward the corner. 13 heads it back. Ethan with his left foot puts it out of bounds. They had 2 touches in the box. 8 on the throw for Weymouth. Eight throws it toward the box. Ethan's going to get to it. Ethan's trying to shield. Ethan gets pushed. That's a foul. It's going to be a free kick for Brookline, deep in their end. Looks like Sam is going to take the kick. We're 18 minutes into the first half. There's no score. Sam, from the corner, hits it down the right side, off the Weymouth head, into the Brookline bench. Throw in for Brookline. And it's going to be Ethan this time. He's got Sammy parallel to him. Ethan goes down the side to Mateo. Ben Kaplan has it. Ben turns. He finds... Ben cuts it in. It gets cut away. They float into the box. The Weymouth player gets it on his foot. He shoots. He puts it over the side net. A touch over 19 minutes into the first half. There's no score. That's Nate. Puts it down the middle of the field. Over midfield, that's Jacques. Jacques got Brendan with him. Jacques sends it back to Sammy. Sammy on the ground to Mateo. Slide tackle by 10. There's a foul called. The free kick's going to be right about the 40-yard line on the football field. Hard to see on this side of the field. It's going to be Ethan on the free kick. You can see the student section right behind where the ball is, right behind the Weymouth bench. Ethan chips it toward the top of the box. It gets headed, and I think offside was called.
Go, boys, go, back!
We've reached the 20-minute mark in the first half. There's no score. Weymouth on the goal kick. Weymouth chips it down the left side. Off their head, number 9. Sam, it's in the box. 15 tries to clear it. Mac clears it out. Clears it with his right foot. And Sammy on his head. Brendan is over his foot. 9 has it. Brendan's after him. 9 turns to his left. They send it back to 7. 7 to the left side. They try to send the wing. Gets cut off. Sammy comes back. Sammy's got Sam. It gets blocked, and it goes out of bounds. It's going to be a goal kick for Brookline. 19:20 left in the half. Subs are coming in the game. It's going to be Dimitri's coming in, and Ben Kaplan is coming in. Mateo and Matt come out of the game. The 19 minutes are left. Nate to the right, over midfield, off the Weymouth head. Hits. Brendan comes away with it, sends it back to Sam, puts it with his left foot into the Weymouth zone. 17 clears it to his left. Goes down the side, goes into the Weymouth bench. It's another throw in for Weymouth. They go down their left side, headed by 13, out of bounds. Ethan to the right, 7 on his foot. Dimitri, I think that's Dimitri that comes back. Brendan has it. Brendan gets around number 10, goes to his right, does a 360 on it. Sends it back to Jacob. Jacob sends Sammy. Sammy gets knocked off the ball. There's a foul called. It's going to be a free kick for Brookline, right about the 20-yard line. Let's see where they place it. It's at the 20, right about the 20. It's harder looking into the sun. 17:40 left in the first half. It's going to be Sammy on the free kick. There's 3 on the wall for Weymouth. Sammy boots it, and it hooks wide. Wide to the right. 3 subs are coming in for Weymouth. Number 8 is going to take the goal kick for Weymouth. The lights are slowly coming on here on the field. 8 down the left side. Off the number 3. Sam misses it. Ethan in the air. Sammy clears it to the side. Sammy ahead to Dimitri. Back to Sammy. Hits off the Weymouth player out of bounds. It's going to be a throw-in for Brookline. Offensive side of midfield. Ethan down our right side. That's Jacques. Sends it back to Sammy. Hits over Jacques' foot. Sammy has it. Sammy spins on the ball. Gets taken away. It gets chipped out. 23 sends it back. Ben Kaplan is on the ball. Runs past it. 10 has it on the left. He sends it down the left side. Ethan, 13 hits it out of bounds into the Brookline bench. Oh, they're giving the ball to Weymouth. Okay. Weymouth on the throw in front of the Brookline bench. It bounces toward the corner. Nate heads it out of bounds. $15.50 left in the half. 8's going to throw in for Weymouth. You can hear Zach calling out signals. They're running the short post. 8. The wind is having a factor. Ethan off his head. It goes out of bounds. It's going to be a corner for Weymouth. Nate just went down. 10 just pushed him over. Brendan was on the near post. He's going to come out. They chip it toward the box. 16 on his head. Mac off his head. 23 back down. Gets cleared by Nate. It's 4 and Jacques. It's Dimitri in the air. Sam gets bumped. No call. 10 has it. 10 chips the side. He's offside. 16 was offside. 14:45 left in the first half. There's no score. That's Nate to Brendan off his foot. Hits off 10 from Weymouth in midfield. Gets bumped by Jacob. 2 clears it to the left side. They try to get across midfield. That's Sammy on the ball. Sammy to Sam. Sam on the ground to Ethan. Ethan to Sammy. Sammy's got Brendan with him, right through the center circle. Brendan tries to go to the wing to Ben Kaplan. Gets chipped away. It's going to be a throw-in for Brookline. 14-12, 14-10 left in the half. Sub is coming in for Brookline. It's Mateo coming in for Sammy. 14 minutes left in the first half. No score. Ref on the whistle. Blows the whistle. Mac toward the box, hits the Weymouth player. Brendan on his head. He tried to send it to Jacques, got cut off. They send it to the left to 13. 13 sends it back. It gets hit by Ethan out of bounds. Should be a throw-in from Weymouth in front of their bench. Eases it down the side. Mateo cuts it off. Brendan to Dimitri. Dimitri on the right side. Dimitri touches it. Goes out of bounds. Right in front of the Weymouth bench. 13:08 left in the first half. Another throw from Weymouth. They send it down their left. 13. They still have it. 2 to 13. 13 chips it in the air. 23 tries to cut in. Mac hits it. Nate clears it. 3 has it. They got to get on him. 13 to the side. 13 has it. Sam's after him. Sam cuts it away. Sam down the right side. 2 cuts it off. 2 chips the center. Nate about to hit it. Gets hit. Brendan gets hit. No call. There's a foul. Yep. They take a quick ball. Jacob has it down. He's crossing midfield. Jacob on the right. Jacob steps over it. Jacob gets around the defender. Jacob to the right corner. They send it back. Can't see. I think that's Jacques. He chips the ball over the goal. $12 minutes left in the half. There's no score. It's going to be a goal kick for Weymouth. Player 8 ties his shoe. Okay, now at 11:37, he goes down the left side. It floats in the air, hits Jacob in the head, nods it out of bounds in front of the Weymouth bench. $11:22 left in the first half. No score. Weymouth is subbing in 3 players. Using a lot of players today. Clock ticks down to 11 minutes left in the half. There's no score. Weymouth throw right in front of their bench. Dimitri's on him, like a ball fake in basketball. He goes down the sideline, and it goes out of bounds. It's going to be thrown for Brookline, their side of midfield. Ethan, down the right, tried to hit Dimitri, gets headed away by Weymouth. Throwing for Brookline right in front of the Weymouth bench. Ethan on the throw. He goes to the corner. It's in the air, and it goes out of bounds. It's going to be a corner for Brookline. looking into the sun. It's low. It gets cut off by number 2. Ethan has it. Ethan on the shot. Hits Brendan at the top of the box. Brendan plays it back out. Brendan sends it back to, I think it was Mateo. Tried to find Jacques in front. Ben Kaplan shoots it off the defender, out of bounds. Another corner for Brookline. Good pressure, keeping the ball alive. 9:40 left in the first half. Ben Kaplan on the corner. Ben swings it in, and it's a goal! It's 1-0. 9:26 left in the first half. It's 1-0 Brookline. Jacques and Brendan are coming out. We've got Sammy Mackay are back in the game. 9:26 left in the first half. 16 sends it back to 9. 9 has, he's got someone on the wing. 12, the right back on the ground to 23, goes out of bounds. It's gonna be thrown for Brookline. Mack on the throw. Mack down the sideline, off 12's head. 23, sends it to 9. 9 on the ground, it's gonna get cut off by Nate. Nate to Sammy. Hits the player, Nate still has it. 21, bodies into Jacob. 21 chips it backwards to their left back. 17 on the left side to number 9. That's Mackay came back in the game. Jacob got pushed. Jacob turns over the ball. Jacob sends it back to Sammy. Sammy sends it back to Sam. Sam on the ground to Sammy. Sammy turns on it. 9 forces him back. Ethan on his right foot sends it down the right side. 2 protects. Clears it. Mackay, ooh, almost got kicked in the head. 21 has it in front of the Weymouth bench. It gets blocked by Mackay, goes out of bounds. Throwing down the sideline, goes out of bounds. Another throw in. Weymouth down the left side, hits Ethan in the head, goes out of bounds. They're slowly getting it up the field. 8:30 left in the first half, 1-0 Brookline. Another throw down the left side. And hits Sam in the head, goes out of bounds. They got it to the 20-yard line. It's a short throw in 9. Mackay cuts off the pass. Jacob blocks the ball. It's Avi, heads it toward center. 17 clears it into the Brookline zone. 23's coming in on the right, but Zach's gonna get to it. It's 1-0 Brookline, 7:50 left in the first half. Zach in the air, over midfield. It lands, it goes over Matt. 17 has it for Weymouth. He boots it down the left, and it's gonna go into the Brookline bench, over the Brookline bench. Throwing for Ethan down the right side, gets headed away. Player goes down, and they call a foul on Mackay. It's going to be a free kick for Weymouth right in front of their bench. 7:20 left in the first half. 1-0 Brookline. It's floating in the air to this side of the field. 21 off his head. It bounces. Nate clears it to the corner. Goes out of bounds. Should be a throw-in for Weymouth. 6:50 left in the first half. The sun is slowly going down on our left. It's thrown into the box, hits Sam in the head. Mackay doesn't get to it. It goes in the box, and oh, he falls. Foul is called. players down for Weymouth, right at the goal mouth.
No, I used to have a wiggle wheel on, but now I just slap to where I can't breathe, so I'll cry. When I'm crying, I'll and then I'd be like,
Hey. Here we go. Clock is still running. 5:45 left in the first half. 1-0 Brookline. Nate's going to take the free kick. Nate down the right side. Hits 6 in the head for Weymouth. That gets played up by Sammy. Back to himself. Sammy, no one's on him. Sammy turns on it. Sammy goes to his left. Sammy to Mac. Mac softly on the ground to Avi. Avi protects it, gets it through 12. Avi to Sammy. Sammy makes a run down the left. He still has the ball. Sammy to the corner. He puts it in front. Gets cleared. Out of bounds. Mac's going to have the throw in here. He runs Mateo off the ball. Mateo has the ball on the left. Mateo crosses it. It bounces in front off the Weymouth head. That's Jacob with the ball. Jacob, he's got Mac. Mac sends it back to Nate. Nate back to Mateo. Mateo back to the center circle to Sam. Sam goes to his right. He sends it deep into the corner. He's trying to find Mackay. It goes out of bounds. 4:34 left in the first half. 1-0 Brookline. Another goal kick. Number 8's going to take it. He's going off to the other side this time. His right. And it's low toward midfield off 23. 12's going to get to it from Weymouth. Hits it off himself. It goes out of bounds. It's going to be a throw-in for Brookline up there. Mac to Avi through the defender's legs. That's going to be Sammy on the ball. Sammy pressured by 9. Sends it back to Nate. Nate sends to Mac. He's got 5 yards in front of him. He's got to play on the left. He hits 12. He had Matt going to the left corner. 9 on the ground to 16. He's got a runner behind him. 16 turns. 16 to the right side. It's going to 21. Oh, it gets cut off by Nate. Nate into the corner. Nate to Mac. Mac plays it out of bounds. 16 throws it in to 9. Nobody's on him. Sammy's on him. Back to 16. There's 3 on this side. He chips the corner to 9. 9 tries to get around Nate. Hits 9. He gets to the corner, and Zach catches it on the near post. 3:08 left. Jacob running down the right side. Jacob to midfield. Jacob accelerates. Trying to get by 6. There's one behind him, 13. Jacob to the corner. It gets slide tackled out of bounds. And they're calling a goal kick. 2:45 left on the clock. It's 1-0 Brookline. They go down the left side this time, off their player's head. That's Nate that clears it ahead. 6 has it for Weymouth. He gets it back to Sammy in the center circle. Sammy to his right. Sammy sends it out to Mackay. Mackay to Jacob. Back to Mackay. Mackay gets tackled away. Mackay turns on it. The defender does a 360. Goes down the left. It goes back to Sam. Sam clears it with his left foot. Sam, it gets headed away. And what's the call? They call an offside on Brookline. Free kick for Weymouth. Clock is running at 1:54 left in the first half. Left side gets past Ethan. 13 chips it in the box. Zach's going to catch it easily. 1:41 left in the first half. 1-0 Brookline. Zach punts it to his left over midfield. It's going to bounce over Avi's head, over 12. Max steps up, puts it into the, that's Mateo on the ground. Mateo tries to get it by the defender, doesn't get there. 8 sends the right. Nate is going to get to it. 23's after him. Nate turns on it. Nate goes to his left. Nate gets pushed. Nate to Mateo, hits his hand. Goes out of bounds. It's going to be a throw-in for Brookline. That's Nate to Matt. Matt in front of us. Matt sends it back to Nate. On the ground, it's going to go out of bounds. It's got to be under a minute left. 12 to Mac. Mac cuts it off. Mac to his right. He gets pushed. No call. 9 through the center circle. That's to get around Mackay. Goes out of bounds. Throw-in for Brookline right at midfield. That's Ethan. Ethan down the right side over Mackay's head. He chipped it off his head. Sorry. 6 clears it to the left. Sammy on the ground to Mackay. Mackay tried to get it to Jacob, got cut off. 3 players around 21. He's on the ground, he played it. That's Jacob on the ball. Jacob plays it back, saves it with his body to Sam. Sam down the right side. He's got Mackay at number 2. 2. And they call a foul on Mackay. We're in the last few seconds of the first half. It's 1-0 Brookline. Free kick for Weymouth. They go down the left side, and that's the halftime whistle. Halftime, 1-0 Brookline.